So if you want to like commit like a super huge homicide, you know,
I need to cut that one out.
let me finish, and then we can cut it. Go to Ozona, Texas, and go to that motel, and go to the gas station.
You're
Ask for any room number, and they will give it to you.
And that's the intro. That's the intro.
You see the money and you think you want a piece of it now. It's so friendly and it's got me freaking out. You see the money and you
Paul's
You
fucking
guys
ripping it right now.
Is he?
Some people are getting. Quinn's pretty
Paul
good,
is hitting.
too.
Oh my God, Paul, serenade me.
I'm doing my warm-ups. This is just a scale.
It's like if our next like company's like, yeah, we need like 2 more tracks. We're like, here you go. There you
Oh
go.
my God, it's never ending.
Whoa.
Okay.
This is what we call panic attack ASMR.
You're exhausted?
All right, that's
They're in your walls. They're in your walls.
Yeah.
We're about to get into it.
Let's
All
fucking
right.
do it.
Are we rolling the cameras? Yeah? Everything's good? Things are on frame?
Oh, this one's
Speed.
pointed right at me, isn't it?
Nah, that one's got the
Something.
wide. Yeah, we'll zoom in on that.
We
Perfect.
are
All right, well, we all got shots in our hand. We should take a shot to start this off because this is
live.
finally a thing that I've been trying to do for a minute. So
Lucy,
cheers to the
baby.
boys.
Cheers, cheers,
Cheers,
Pass
cheers.
my
You guys are
cheers.
far, yeah.
Cheers.
I'm glad you don't have
Guys,
tequila.
gonna spread
Right,
the
spread.
cheese.
Salad.
Oh,
And we are back.
That was something.
And we are back.
all
right,
fire
yeah,
in
here
my
we are.
mouth.
Said it great, Quinn.
All right. Fuck yeah, guys. Been a time. You know, it's funny because I started this podcast in June, and when you guys were in town in LA, I thought I could get it in. And I just, you know, you guys were busy making the album, and I had to go to Europe. But I'm fucking happy now that we're all doing this here. And it's funny because we need to play a clip back at some point, but you all are sitting on this couch right now. And 3 years ago to this day is kind of like exactly when you guys first came here to LA. And you guys all sat on this couch not knowing any of us. Roll camera.
Okay.
Sound speed.
Sure.
Roll one. Take one.
That's all it takes.
Krooked Kings. And I kind of want to touch into that, but yeah, I'm going to start off, get a little thing. This is the Krooked Kings. They're the band on our Nobody Gets It label. Marquee band of ours that is having some superb moments right now. You know, Dave, keep drinking as much as you want. We'll keep bringing beers around the clock.
Oh, he will. You don't have to worry about that.
Love it.
Free
Yeah.
refills a minute.
Cool. So, yeah, I mean, it's a little interviewy, but it's more convo-y. And I want to talk about the tour, talk about the album, talk about stuff we're going to do in the future. Kind of how we got here, and kind of can kick off with that. Like, you know, we saw you guys. I think we found you guys through a Spotify playlister, if I can remember, and it was 96 Subaru. And Wade just like was like, dude, this track is sauce and this is dope. And we sent you guys a GoPro, right? Did we send you a GoPro?
Yeah,
And
send us a GoPro.
First music video.
To come back, yeah. And
yeah,
film.
yeah. We were like, you need to come to LA. You guys were willing to drive to meet us in LA. And you sent you a GoPro to make it along the way. You guys had a really funny video then when you guys made that too when we first saw you guys. Because I'll admit, like, I didn't know your guys' personalities at the time at all. But it was funny as hell. And Quinn, were you in the band yet when this happened?
Yeah,
you
I joined like 2 weeks before, and then I think whoever was in contact with me was like, "Hey, we just got signed," because I just like done a couple demos or something. They're like, "Do you want to come to LA with us?" And I was like, yeah,
Hell yeah.
that sounds really cool."
And going off that, I mean, how did you guys all meet and form? Let's go with that. I mean, it started obviously with you two, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go for it.
Wally first.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, originally, like, I started it off kind of like a SoundCloud like scam, and we had like one show, and it was just me, myself, and then a guy named James Carlson who played guitar, and then a guy named Sam Gilson who played drums. But then after that one show, they were kind of like, I basically just pieced them together for that one show just to like play with me, and then after that, they were both had like I guess separate stuff they were doing, and then Paul was also at the U. And I just knew he played guitar, so I kind of just hit him up and was like, hey, man, like, you play guitar. I'm, like, starting this thing if you're interested. And so, yeah, he kind of joined. We started practicing together, and then...
I was thinking about this, too. Do you remember the studio on campus at the U?
Yeah, with Channy P.
Yeah, so our buddy
Shout out.
Channy P
Yeah,
kind of
shout
pieced
out
this
Channy
together.
P.
I was in there recording with someone else, one of our other buddies.
Yeah.
And at the end of the session,
Like an actual recording studio at the U?
Kinda,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glorified. I
It
mean,
was
I
like
don't
a
know.
closet in one of the
It
libraries.
was basically like an
at the U.
isolated recording space that also had a mic in it.
Not
Okay.
much of a program for that sort of
But
thing at the U.
Channy ended up showing me one of your demos at the end of the day, and I was like, "Damn, this is really good." And like clockwork,
Yeah.
I think you hit me up like later that week.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So then you guys still had, it was you two plus those other two guys you just mentioned.
No, those guys had like left kind of
Oh.
immediately after. So
Yeah.
I mean, the band went through a weird phase.
They did not fuck with it.
No,
Yeah, we don't
yeah,
give
they
them the
left
credit.
early.
You guys got your
Um,
30 seconds of fame on this podcast.
We've
Yeah,
had plenty of
but,
members who haven't really fucked
okay.
with it along the way. And
Yeah. I mean, me and Paul were like grinding for a while, and there was some random, like my brother, for example, who doesn't know how to play bass, played bass.
Really?
For, like,
Wait, which one? Harry or?
Yeah, Harry
Oh,
for like
cool.
a show, maybe, or
Nice.
like I don't know, but he played like 3 notes.
Had to
So
tell
yeah,
him
I
to
don't
put
know.
the
Went
finger
through like a
here.
lot, but it was kind of once. Honestly, we kind of found you guys, and like it got more serious, and that's kind of when everyone else came in. So I feel like there was like a little bit of Krooked Kings time before, but it was kind of more mess around, have fun. You know, we're in college, and then I feel like kind of once this 5 got together,
Yeah.
since this 5 has been together, it's been a very more like, let's do this thing, and like we all love music and you know doing what we do. So yeah, I think, and also I think finding everyone that was all similarly passionate made it way easier to be like, yeah, let's all do this instead of having people be like, oh, I don't know, maybe I'll go to Goldman Sachs or something. And it's like, well, we can't really do that if you want to go on tour. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
What and Wade reached out to you. You kind of, I mean, like, or the account, right? The Krooked Kings account.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
we were
I
both
think I
kind of
did-
DMing
Yeah,
people.
I DM'd the
to
David
promote it.
guy,
Yeah.
and then Wade. I guess David hooked me up with Wade.
Wait,
and
why
then
did you DM David though?
I just saw some other band in Utah had like DM'd them and got on a playlist. and I
Okay,
was
cool.
like,
so you're going for a
oh,
playlist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, that's
At
cool.
the time, he was like the biggest like playlister
No, yeah.
private on Spotify, which was
He was. I mean,
crazy
our
that
planet
he
with
was
Nobody
down with it.
Gets It kind of stimulated from what he was doing too. Well, was like when we formed Nobody Gets It, like David's back here too, and like me and Wade and David and Colin, like we were trying to like have these playlisters like him be like A&Rs for Nobody Gets It, like with their playlists that they have, and like be like, hey, if you know, be a part of this label thing we're joining and have a percentage maybe, and the people are gonna find us. So that was like the main mission why we wanted to. We're like, oh wow, we could do that, and we kind of moved away from it, but we'll give credit where it's due. David gave it. He did A&R a little bit to give you guys us in that sense, and then yeah, like Wade reached out to you. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. You guys were like, who's this Wade guy messaging us?
Well,
I think I was really
yeah. It was kind of funny because Paul was like the DMer, I feel like, at the most part. And then I think I just randomly DM'd this account and I was like, oh, yeah, there's this guy named Wade who's like this label dude who wants to meet with us. And I think Paul was like, it sounds kind of like an asshole stepdad name or something like that.
I remember also like
Yeah.
just before we like met with some publisher in LA. I mean in LA.
Oh,
London,
yeah, we got burned.
And
oh
they just,
yeah, I
like,
remember that now.
Yeah,
that
we
you
They
got
guys
took
did
like
that.
a
Yeah, I
grand
forgot
from
about
us,
that.
and they like promised us
tiptoeing.
all this
into
stuff. So we were
Yeah.
like very like hesitant when Wade was like, "Hey, come join this meeting." We were like, "What is this gonna be?"
Maybe
Yeah.
that's Paul being
You're
more
not
of the
my
business
real
manager
dad,
too, and me
Wade.
being more of the realist.
Paul
Or I
being
guess
what?
other way around. I said maybe it's more too of Paul being like business manager realist, and then a little bit of a dreamer with me because I'm like, oh yeah, new guy for sure, let's sign. And Paul's like, we just got fucked, dude.
How much does he want up front? Yeah, lock it in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
How much do we
Sounds
have
good.
to pay?
$5,000 for us to drive to LA.
Deal.
Let's send it to him.
I believe him. Nah, dude, that's funny, and I'm glad you guys took the jump because yeah, I mean, you guys came here and you guys sat on the couch like this literally 3 years ago to this day. It was like September 20th, and now it's the 18th, and a lot's fucking changed in the last 3 years. A lot of good stuff we'll kind of touch on. But going off that, yeah, you guys came here, assessed you out, and then I remember we were like just burning on. You were like, hey, we're gonna have just a party in the backyard and have you guys play in the backyard and invite all of our industry friends and go. And you guys are like, oh shit,
Yeah.
I don't know. And I mean, look, you guys, I think you guys were fine. It was exactly like how we sprung on to it. I mean, this was Quinn's like third time playing with you guys.
Yeah.
And first time falling down a hill.
That was his first time.
I
I
think
met
first
Matt.
time live.
Yeah, I met Matt like a week before.
Yeah.
Pretty
Really?
much.
Yeah, I remember when we drove together, and it was just like
Yeah,
didn't
we-
really know each other. It was kind of weird.
All right,
Yeah,
so
we were-
that's
we were
crazy.
feeling
Nice on the
man.
road
Yeah.
trip over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did that you're just like, yeah, he's a drummer. I'm gonna put him in the band. We need a drummer.
We wanted a tight rhythm section.
Oh,
Yeah, our last drummer was.
Had to put bass in.
Yeah, our drummer
last
before had a habit of needing to do his laundry every time we needed to
When there was
practice.
something really important. Yeah.
Really, that was his MO.
That was he would always be
MO.
like, I
It
gotta
would-
do laundry.
yeah.
And we're like, dude, just throw it in the
Be like
fucking
when we did that
machine.
show.
It happened more
night
than
before. We're like,
Yeah.
final practice before the show.
Are you doing laundry by hand?
a lot of
Crazy.
laundry?
That's
He was
crazy.
doing it out in
Laundry
the
today.
out
Like,
in
yeah,
the
guys,
creek.
I just right like 10 minutes before the practice. Yeah, guys, like I'm just really bogged down with all this laundry. I'm really sorry. Right now. And we're just sitting at practice, like, well,
Yeah, we'd be in the basement.
yeah, we'd be like, well, we're in Dave's parents' basement. We're like, well, I don't know what we're gonna do here.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Yeah.
Because Dave's basement would be. Well, you said Dave's basement, right? Or Dan's?
My
Yeah, that's where
parents'
we-
basement.
That's
Yeah,
where it
yeah, yeah.
started.
That was one of the for
That,
us.
that
yeah,
was like the OG practice spot,
Yeah, that was
kind
where
of.
Quinn started.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
I was like
Dave.
super nervous.
Yeah.
One of the first practices. I don't know if I was like hungover or something, but like we just like played a couple songs and just like I was like, "Where's the bathroom?" Everyone's like, "Oh, it's over there." And I was like, "Cool," and then like just went and like puked.
Really?
No
Guys,
way.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
No, you
did
told
the
us
first
that.
time?
I think I told you,
yeah,
like,
I think
drunkenly
you
Yeah, I
one
told
didn't,
us.
time.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Now I'm like obviously very comfortable. Like we like pretty much live together like 6 months of the year. So
Yeah.
That's awesome. No, this is why this podcast is fun to just like kind of go down memory lane and learn something like that's funny as shit that didn't know that thing about you.
First practice.
First
Yeah, that's
practice
so
just threw
funny.
up.
I forgot about that.
Well, you're also Are you the youngest of everyone, right?
that smokes.
No.
No,
I'm
smokes.
youngest,
Yeah.
Senor.
Yeah. And
Smokes.
ages again, so the viewers know, all
I'm
your hot viewers.
I'm 23.
Oh, me. I'm 25.
25.
24.
Yeah.
I'm 14.
14.
That's so funny.
What's so funny? I just had my bar mitzvah.
And I'm 15.
Yeah. Nah, dude, that's fucking funny. I mean, yeah, you guys all went to University of Utah for the most part. Met yourself there, and then yeah, you guys took a leap of faith with us to sign with us, and after that, we kind of saw something you guys as well to develop like a real career and like a business sense with you guys and become part of the management crew. Which yeah, it's very unique. Not everyone does it stuff like us, but you guys are just family to us. I mean, we have done a lot the last 3 years. We're so committed to you guys and the come up, and we're here for you every step of the way. I mean, just going back to like St. George. I mean, that like brought us together. I'm just gonna look at David. I mean, that brought all of us together. That was like our retreat of like, it was so sick to have like nobody gets in you guys and like your producer at the top of the house and at the stairways and like just telling you guys, we made the big living room with instruments and shit. That was a fun time, man. I
Yeah,
mean,
it
that
was
will
really
always
cool.
be
Oh,
something
yeah.
that we remember as a label that like brought our company together.
Yeah.
Really fun.
Yeah,
trip.
that was
Yeah.
a good
Yeah,
good
made the
bonding
Come Down
experience.
album. What'd you say?
Good bonding experience.
Good bonding
Yeah.
experience, man.
That crazy,
yeah.
that crazy basement with like the green carpets. and
Yeah,
all
it was a
the-
really
that
weird
was a
Airbnb.
Bizarre
Yeah.
Airbnb. If we're talking about that one, it was awesome.
It was.
but
I mean,
was-
yeah, it was bizarre.
Basement was
spooky.
just plastered, top to bottom with Disney posters, collection of weird, creepy dolls.
Yeah.
And the dolls were like looking at you when you're watching TV. They're all like
Yeah.
faced.
I
Yeah.
think
remember-
I saw one of their eyes move.
And then they had all the.
I think you ate one of Colin's acid tabs if you saw that.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna mention this. I didn't know if it would be okay.
No, it's
to
okay.
say,
I mean,
but
whatever.
I just remember going
God.
down into the basement and Colin was watching the sequel to Shark Boy and Lava Girl on acid while doing work emails, and I was like, "Okay, cool, man." And then I went back upstairs, and then I came back down like an hour later. I was like, "How's it going?" He's like, "Dude, I almost finished this one email."
He was like asking you to like proofread it too. Right?
Yeah. He was
Just
like, "Can
like
you just make
a
sure like
sentence.
this is cool?"
It's just a bunch of like gibberish.
Yeah,
like-
it's just-
That's fun.
I don't know if you guys remember this about that Airbnb, but they had some weird ties to the presidents, or so they.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
president they had.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
so they had like a photo of every president on the wall, and then how they were related to said president.
Yeah.
And this is like definitely like
Second
a white,
cousin
like
twice
conservative
removed. Yeah.
family, like in southern Utah.
Yeah.
And like they'd be like, oh, like George Washington, like whatever the ancestry tree is, and then us. And then Obama was in there too,
I remember that.
surprisingly
Yeah,
enough.
makes
Like they were,
sense.
but yeah, they're definitely related to every president.
Yeah.
in some weird way.
Yeah. What a
Yeah.
weird house.
Pretty
twice
bizarre.
removed. Twice removed.
Twice
Yeah.
removed,
That,
yeah.
that's where it, like it evens out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Another good story from that is, if we're just reminiscing
Yeah.
here, is just I guess it's they're not gonna anyway.
We can always
when-
cut around
when-
any of this stuff,
when-
by the way.
Okay. Yeah, when Quinn spilled his Americano
Oh,
on the,
yeah.
on the carpet.
Yeah.
On the what? On the carpet?
It's this
Yeah,
white
it was like a-
carpet in every square.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I got nicknamed.
That was upstairs, right?
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
nicknamed the Americana Sniper after that.
It was
I
within
just smelled like
seconds of
an
getting back from Starbucks too.
Yeah,
like
it was an
full
entire.
Did Andrew
Americano.
snap at you? He was so snappy.
And,
he
and then we
probably
just
did.
moved the couch like over a foot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we just
all
covered it
together.
up.
They'll
Yeah,
never
we did.
know.
They
till
never
it's
saw it
there.
'cause
Give
remember-
yourself some credit. I think you tried to scrub it
I
out
did.
for
I-
a
I
couple
bought
of
some-
minutes.
Yeah, I
we
bought
had
some carpet stuff.
There was nothing that. could be
No,
done
there's
about.
nothing.
They didn't know it was
they
us
need-
They were
either.
mad about the spaghetti mess.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
left them
we had that
spaghetti in the
TikTok
sink.
blow up, and
Yeah,
they
that was
freaking
like our
commented on
TikTok
it. They're
blow up,
like,
and then-
"These guys are great, but they left all the like dirty dishes in the sink."
The house said that.
Yeah, on
Yeah,
our-
the house.
Bolognese
So, I don't
everywhere.
It was like our first TikTok to blow up.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
I was gonna
Where's my mind one?
I was gonna go into that. It's like out of that we got this probably what kind of sparked a lot of things on the
For
social
sure,
media
yeah.
side. Yeah, and I'll give credit. It was from me, but I'm not gonna say like I didn't know what I was doing because I don't know shit about TikTok. But I was walking down the stairs. You guys were playing Pixies in my mind. I filmed. I mean, tell me about that. Like, 'cause not many people see that kind of like, like effect. And what was that like? I mean, a lot of followers. What kind of happened from that video? Like,
Yeah, I mean, it was wild. I mean, like, it was. I think I'd posted, like, I don't know, Flynn counted one time. It was like 69 or 75 posts or so, whatever. Yeah, and
I know. I remember him saying, "Give it like 70 posts. I promise, like it'll hit." Or something.
Yeah, and I don't know. Finally, after all those posts getting like 100 views, I remember like I posted it, and it was when we got back, and then I went to bed and I woke up, and the girl I was dating at the time, I like looked over and I was like, "Wake up," because I was freaking out, and then
Yeah.
had like 1 million, and I think it was early, so I got to text everyone, and I was super stoked. But yeah, no, it definitely. I mean, it changed the game in terms of us like, and also giving the confidence to like keep posting on social media and keep like marketing our music. I think like that moment was really big, at least for me, in like times where it's tough because it always goes through like waves of up and down.
For sure.
But yeah, it's like when you have those moments, they're really incredible, and like you garnish fans from there that will be there for forever. And it's like as long as like that's kind of I think what you take away from it and what you care about. Yeah, I don't know. Like it's really awesome, and it's a good way to connect with a bunch of people and like get a lot of people to listen to your stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, TikTok followers came up. Your streams obviously went up. Fans on all of the platforms started taking notice.
Mhm.
You guys started running and doing some more stuff. And yeah, I think that's when we were starting to put out Come Down singles. I had fun with the Come Down album because I directed Bird Scooter. I was trying to think if I directed anything more. Which
Suburbia.
Suburbia.
My bad.
Yeah, Suburbia. Yeah.
Suburbia, yeah.
Yeah. Jordan did Bird Scooter, but Suburbia, and we watched it the other night, and that shit was so fucking
that was-
fun.
Yeah, that's a great
That was
video.
awesome.
It's still one of my.
The
Honestly.
one, go ahead. What were you saying, Miss Lynn?
Oh, I wasn't saying.
Oh,
that.
sorry.
honestly,
Matt was
probably
saying.
my favorite video. Like I haven't watched it for a while, and just watching it back over here was
Suburbia's
just
so fun.
so funny. And I think you did a great job of like just showing all of our character.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a good one.
No, it was good. It was just like an office setting. We went to Goodwill and
Yeah.
bought $20 suits for each of you guys. I remember Mayor was with us, and we like picked out a bunch of suits, spent like $100 at Goodwill, and then all those people came out for like a Chipotle meal, like those old people, and
yeah.
rent an
Yeah,
office
that's
for
awesome.
like 4 hours. The one regret I have with that video though is that we didn't record sound when Quinn was doing his conference meeting.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that
right,
was
We
yeah.
didn't have any.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sitting around making that PowerPoint presentation
So
was
fun.
hilarious.
Why don't
Just
you
watching guys do it.
maybe share some of the detail if you remember?
Yeah, so we basically were like one of the last scenes in the music video was to do like a big presentation, and then the CEO or whatever, or like the quote unquote CEO is like all sitting around like a conference table, and I'm presenting to them what us five have been working on maybe, and they're just like, what the hell is this? And it's just like, I was like, what's your favorite color? And it's just the most nonsensical.
But you said vulgar shit. You
Well,
were
I would,
cursing?
that's what I was saying. But like the PowerPoint was just
Oh,
like,
yeah,
It
yeah.
was like handsome
Ooh.
Shrek. And
Yeah, that's
what I
was gonna say, the one-
Oh, yeah.
explicit Trek picture on there.
yeah,
the one
but
thing
like,
I
was
remember-
I was definitely
Shrek,
saying
yeah.
way more explicit shit when I was like actually.
I
doing
mean,
the
I think we
presentation.
did like 2 or 3 takes. I just remember telling those old because there were like 5 people and they were old. They were, well into their 50s, 60s, maybe 70s.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, he's going to come in, he's going to say some shit. And, I seen your best reactions. And you said something like, yeah, I can't remember. You said something to the guy in the back, like, "Oh yeah, you fuck you," and you like walked out.
Yeah, yeah. I was just like, "Fuck that guy, you're fired."
We'll talk
Yeah,
about the,
yeah.
Something.
the
The
shotgun.
shotgun was.
Oh,
was
yeah.
really
Shotgun.
And then
the
yeah,
peak of
like
it.
there was like go to the next slide, and all of a sudden it just says shotgun break, and then I just shotgun a beer like in
Yeah.
the middle of the presentation,
That's
and
hilarious.
then I immediately had to vomit after that. So I like went outside.
I think I
and-
remember. Yeah, you went outside to vomit.
You got any other good vomit story? This
That's
seems
we're
to be
two.
a theme
We got two. We
running
got to do the
through.
rule of 3 on these
Yeah.
things.
Oh shit!
Did you
I
throw
don't
up today at Six Flags?
know. I thought I was going to.
Oh, he almost
Yeah,
did,
almost-
yeah.
yeah,
After what?
On the Batman one, that's what got me.
Yeah, you seem kind of rattled after that.
I was very rattled. I think that's the only 2 good vomit stories that I
scary.
can think of.
In that suburbia video, the last thing I'll mention was that I think the favorite part, which I wish I used more in the edit, was when we just pulled off to a side of the road, like an hour up in L.A. and did like the rendition of the Office Space scene.
Yeah, that was
with
so
like the
fun.
printer and
That
like
was great.
yeah,
Just gotta
it's so
smash
funny because
stuff.
yeah, me and Flynn have had like old computers and printers in our house for a minute, and we're like, what can we do with this? I'm like, oh, this video, we
Smash
can
'em.
smash some shit.
Other
So-
Easter egg in that scene, I
What?
accidentally ripped Dave's newly pierced
Ooh.
earring out of his ear when I was pulling him back.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I also
Did you, like,
almost
just
broke my
pierce it that
glasses.
like that
It
yeah, I
was
night?
remember that. The
Earlier that
glasses.
week. I
Yeah, you
think,
like just
right?
pierced it, right?
Yeah, I'd
Or Mayor pierced it.
Mayor
pierced it
here, yeah.
late one night.
That's hilarious.
Over in the kitchen, a couple rooms.
I know.
over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
Spicy.
But
It took a it took a lot of tries.
that scene though, when
Yeah.
like Dave like fucking beats it, and he's running. You guys are walking back, and he runs back and kicks. Is like so fucking iconic.
Yeah.
I think when I was rolling, I was on camera, and I was geeking out. Those are the best times when you're just like laughing your ass off, and you can't even like hold the camera still.
I think we had some pent up rage. We were really committed to destroying that printer.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
broke the baseball bat in half
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
fucking smack the
Well,
MacBook.
also while I was smacking it and you guys were pulling me back, my glasses flew off and I fell backwards, and they were like right behind me, and I had to like kind of adjust, barely just save the glasses. So it
Nice.
could have been a
You saved
freshly
them,
freshly ripped ear and a freshly broken pair of glasses.
That was pre-LASIK.
Damn, you got beat
Dave.
up in that scene.
Yeah.
Pretty serious.
But you
stuff.
did it for the video. You did it for the creative.
I
Sweat and
He always
tears.
You
does.
put it out on the
He always
line.
puts his body on the
Yeah.
line for his work.
every time.
Yeah, like bird scooter. You fell down. You put your
Yeah, that was more me.
yeah.
Yeah, you put the camera on the line for that one.
I
Too.
did.
Oh my god,
Well,
dude, I
you
forgot
didn't.
about
You
that.
didn't do it.
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot about that. Yeah, you went all in on that fucking trash can hit, and boom,
Yeah.
my camera guy almost just dropped. Like, yeah, that was not
You
good.
wanted good acting.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean you committed.
Yeah.
No stunt doubles for the Krooked Kings. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that.
No
Always
crash
committed
pads
to the
either.
bit.
Yeah, no
Just air
crash pads, just
mattresses.
air mattresses. God damn it.
All the
Yeah.
beers we drink on stage too. Those aren't stunt doubles. That's us.
Those are real.
Those are real beers.
beers.
Those aren't fake beers.
Was that when we did Bird Scooter? Was that you guys already went on tour with Goth Babe? Or
Yeah.
afterwards?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
'Cause, yeah, I want to touch like
It was that summer. I
That was
think,
after
right?
our. Wasn't that? Oh, never mind. I was saying that was after our first tour, but that was this year. It all just blends together.
When did Bird Scooter come out?
Bird Scooter came out. We shot in like May 20.
It was after Suburbia.
Yeah.
It was after Rare Americans, I think.
Because the first tour we did was
Did
January.
we end in LA with Rare
2021
American?
with
No, we
Goth
went to
Babe.
Phoenix and called. No, yeah, we did.
Dude, you know what?
Phoenix
You know what's cool
Corner.
though? The fact that you guys can't really remember about the tours. No, but like A, it's cool because you probably had a great fucking time. But B, like in the past 3 years, man, you guys have really progressed, and you're fortunate that not many other bands can say how many. You know, you guys did great support acts with Rare Americans and Goth Babe, and now you're on this headline tour. You know, you're here in LA. We're in the middle of a tour right now for the Sick of Being Young tour, but it's really fucking cool how road warrior, you know, life you guys are about to take this. And, you know, every city along the way, like you guys are seeing dope cities and you have a lot of fans in those cities. And man, y'all just gotta, it's awesome for us. Like we're proud as hell of you guys, but you guys should be proud of yourself. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks,
man.
Thanks.
I
Been a
mean, what,
grind, but
yeah.
I don't think we'd have it any other way.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is always kind of what we wanted, you know? Like, I mean, obviously tour's really hard, but, I mean, it's just fun at the end of the day. Like, you're in a van with 5 dudes, and, you know, maybe that sounds horrible to people, but to me, I mean, like, it's like my 5 best friends, and we go cross country, and we see everything. We see every city. We see every gas stop together.
What's been your favorite
Most of the
city?
gas stations.
Has there been any city that stood out favorite or best memory,
like we all
or
have different-
you're
I
like,
mean-
damn, that, yeah. I mean, if yeah,
New York on the last tour for me, like I love New York, and I think that was like it sold out, and it was really cool just to like be there.
yeah,
and,
in
like,
Brooklyn, baby's all
yeah, I
right.
don't know, but yeah, I mean,
Dave, what's yours?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I always like going to Fort Collins because Fort Collins,
Yeah,
we
Fort Collins is
just
cool.
for some reason
Gotta get
have a
crowd.
Yeah, we always get a really good crowd there, and they're always really loud, and they know our songs really well. So I always like that, but it's hard to pick, honestly.
Yeah.
What about you,
Quinn?
Q?
I like Seattle. I lived there
Seattle.
for a little bit and
Yeah.
got just a lot of good friends and there everything. So it's
yeah.
always fun to go
Good
there.
music scene.
And I just love it. Pacific Northwest in general is just really
Yeah.
beautiful.
yeah.
Matty Smokes.
I'd have to say New York as well. Like, that's where all my family's from, and so
Count
it
them
was
in.
just, it was just awesome to,
Everyone
just
got
see
my
all the
back on
family
the
and
set.
stuff like that. So it was a blast. Yeah.
What you got, Paul?
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Not yet.
We haven't played.
I was
there.
like about to say,
We'll
I don't
see you
remember
soon,
that
Lincoln.
being on a tour.
No,
We'll see you soon, Lincoln.
Call
I
me
don't know. I'm kind
Nebraska
of
the
torn
way we Lincoln.
between New York and Seattle. I love the Pacific Northwest, and it's like the gloom. Honestly, whatever the opposite of seasonal affective disorder, I think I have that.
I'm
But
curious.
the New York trip was fun because we got the full week there. We got to kind of bounce around. We had the whole after party after the show, which was
Yeah.
an absolute blast watching the sunrise above our Airbnb in Bed-Stuy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I feel like, yeah, I mean, that's yeah, a lot of you guys say that the West, the Pacific Northwest. Obviously, this tour is 40 cities in America. You're done 10 right now. We're in California, but I'm excited to see what you guys think and what the crowd's gonna think of like the East Coast and the Southeast.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I think
Very excited.
where we're at in the Carolinas and the
Yeah,
Virginias and
super
the DCs.
Yeah, I think we're all super stoked for that
East
area.
Coast is gonna
Yeah,
be-
I don't think any of us have been really down.
Because I mean,
to,
New
like,
York is really the only.
Yeah.
It's the only show that we've played outside of
Yeah.
west of
Yeah.
Utah.
Yeah.
I mean, even
or
just
east of
seeing
Utah.
the South, I think we're all just super excited just to like
Yeah.
even not just all of the country. Honestly, we're just
Yeah,
really
there's so many
stoked for it.
places.
Yeah.
It's just fun to drive through. Honestly,
Yeah.
like I don't know. I feel like that's like a weird part of being on tour that I thought I maybe wouldn't enjoy, but it's kind of just the road tripping. You know, it's fun and it's really cool to see in like all of everything. You know, when people are like, "Oh, you've been here," you're like, "Yeah." Been to that weird ass random, podunk place on the side of the road because I was on that interstate that no one ever goes on.
Yeah.
I think it's just kind of fun.
Ozona.
and, yeah.
We
unique.
rode
Yeah,
down.
Staying in Ozona, Texas.
Ozona,
That was,
Texas, baby. That motel.
I've never Ozona, Texas.
It's
It's
West
beautiful there.
Texas.
You
Really?
love it. Yeah.
The whole
It's-
town is
yeah.
basically the murder motel we stayed in and the gas station across from the murder motel. So
Yeah.
Damn.
Danny, have you seen No
The pool's
Country for Old
green.
Men?
No Country for Old Men.
it
Yeah.
felt like no
It's
country.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very-
Anton Chigurh was gonna be breaking through the door at any second.
You should tell them about how you guys got
Oh my-
locked out of the
oh my
hotel
God.
room.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good story.
Me and
Tell it.
I like asked Quinn to like smoke a cigarette because we're like quitting vapes and stuff. So like, oh, yo, Quinn, let's go smoke a cigarette outside, and we lock ourselves out of the freaking hotel room, and we're like, oh crap. So we like start walking around. We go to this like, honestly, we thought we were gonna get kidnapped. Like we're walking around all these semis, it's just
Lot Lizard Central.
Lot Lizard
Yeah,
Central.
lot
like,
in Ozona.
yeah, we didn't know what to do, and then it's like, go to the gas station. I'm like, what?
That's what it said at the front desk of the motel.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah, the
said, go to
lobby
the
was
gas
locked.
station next door.
So
What
we-
the fuck?
Yeah, we
Okay.
like, walk into this gas station, and the teller at the gas station was like, we're like, hey, we're locked out of our room. He's like, what room? We're like, 110 or whatever. Just gave us the key. Like,
Didn't
No
even
questions
ask
asked.
ID.
didn't
Yeah.
ask for anything.
What the fuck?
No keys.
Yeah.
or-
So if you want to like commit like a super huge homicide,
We
go
might
to
need to cut that one out.
go to no, let me finish and then we can cut it. Go to Ozona, Texas, and go to that motel and go to the gas station.
And you're
Just ask for
scot-free.
any room number and they will give it to you.
And that's the intro.
Yeah, that is
That's the intro.
Boom. We're in it.
What's the guy from No Country use? The little pressure. If you
Anton
got a
Chigurh
pressure gun.
or something, I think it's Chigurh.
Yeah,
Anton.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Dude, that's funny, man.
Ozona, Texas is
Yeah,
the place
Yeah,
for you.
that was a good memory.
So who's driving the van the most? And who's
Say-
driving the van the
I'd say
least?
Ollie and Matt are the two.
Yeah.
Well, and Bobo.
Bobo's
Bobo.
been a road
Yeah.
warrior.
Yeah.
Bobo's
this
Yeah.
a
time
warrior.
around.
Yeah,
That's good,
Our,
man. Bobo's been doing it.
Bobo's here too. He's our tour manager / merch seller, and he's awesome.
Hell yeah.
He's crushing.
Nah, he's been crushing it, man. It's been 16 this like the team aligned. I mean, you got Bobo, you got also Maya who's doing front of house, doing
Yeah,
a lot of your stuff.
He's
and then,
incredible.
Shout out.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's honestly really rewarding to see how many people on the road that we just mentioned, but like us, obviously, Duma and Megan. You know, I mean, there's just so many pieces that everyone is. It really feels like a really great team you guys have around you, and like I don't see it a lot. Like I work with a lot of musician artists on the music video side and on the other side, and like no one's got like what we got here. You five and us, and nobody gets it, and all the pieces around you. It's special, and it's like we're in the middle of the tour, and we know next summer is something like we want to play the festivals, and it's not even like we want to, like we're going to play the festivals. Like it's also like what Wade says a lot, like there's not like if this band's going to blow up, it's like when this band's going to blow up. And you know, I wouldn't even say blow up's a bigger word than where you guys are. It's like taking to that next like really big-ish level, because you take a step back and you're like, oh shit, we're on a tour bus here soon. We're playing 40 cities in America. We're playing 9 cities in Europe. You know, you've released 3 albums in the last year and a half or two. Shit, man. I mean, you guys it's pretty dope, dude. I mean, yeah. Do you guys feel like you would be in this, like, and don't even need to credit us, like, would you feel like, do you think of like your age and like, damn, like this is everything I wanted to do
We
right
really
now?
have landed with an amazing team, and I think we're incredibly lucky for it. You know, within Nobody Gets It and outside of Nobody Gets It, and a lot of it, I mean, it's you guys just knowing the right people for us, I gotta say. Wade has been incredible at just like looping the right people, I think, into our circle, and yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, trust goes both ways. But
Yeah, I think we're just like sorry, I'm in.
No,
you
I'm just gazing into
No,
those
saying
beautiful
you got
eyes.
it.
Oh, okay.
I have
okay.
a little something after you.
Okay,
but
okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
No, I think the thing for me that's so incredible about everything is, I mean, obviously, like we've talked about, you guys are like really close friends of ours. The label is, but also like Alex and Megan, like our agents, I feel incredibly close with them as well, and like Bobo and Maya, who are on the road with, like, everyone that we are working with right now, I consider like a friend of mine.
Yeah.
And I think that's like super important to the success of it, and also why like we've been having so much success is because everyone gets along and everyone is actually invested in it because we care about each other. And so like that's been a huge blessing for us for sure.
Makes it less of a job.
I was
We're
just about
we're
to
just
say
hanging
that.
out. You
Yeah.
know,
No one's
we're
really-
hanging out with our friends. Like we're on a call every week.
Yeah.
But it's like we're like giving each other shit. You know, poking fun. It's like it's a good time. We're hanging out with our friends.
We're all
at the end of
invested,
the day. It's
yeah.
a good time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say just kind of like what going off what Quinn says. Like, you know, there'll definitely be some moments on tour. You know, you've been on the road for a while, and it's like you're getting a little like down. But then you like play a show, and you just see the reaction of everyone, just how much our music affects, and then you come back and just like reminisce with the team. Like those moments, I just cherish so much, and like really value, you know, spending time with everyone, and like, yeah, I just feel really grateful. So it's just awesome. Like,
Yeah.
crazy.
We're invested, and the fans are invested. I mean, you got people tattooing your lyrics or stuff on their body.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Crazy.
fucking dope.
Yeah, it's wild.
That was wild.
We had our first person faint at a show.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That was the other night,
Santa
right?
Ana.
Yeah.
But did she faint by like admiration?
Well, it's
like-
because normally,
exhaustion.
I think Dave was looking real spicy.
well, what I was gonna say is normally I'm kind of, you know, tucked into the back corner of the stage.
Mhm.
You were a little more forward.
I was a little more forward. A light shined on me. It revealed my face. She beheld. She beheld.
Cool word.
It's a pretty cool
That's
word.
a cool word.
And she fainted almost immediately.
I'm surprised only one, considering that's the first time we've ever let the
Yeah,
lights.
well,
shine on.
most people don't look into that.
Yeah. Well, that's why Dave wears glasses too, so people can't look directly into his eyes.
I'm like
It's like Medusa.
if
Like
Medusa
Medusa.
was
Yeah,
like
it's a little-
really sexy.
yeah, it's a little like
And
yeah,
a
it's a little
man.
dangerous.
Yeah.
you
So you're
know?
saying we need to kind of give a warning before the show, like, warning, our keys player is coming 2 feet
Yeah.
closer than normal.
You may be
100%.
seduced.
Please make sure you're
You may be
hydrated.
You may be
Please make sure
You're
yeah.
in the splash zone,
Yeah.
basically. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't
good.
phrase it like that necessarily.
Awesome.
You know, I would. So
yeah,
what's the difference
That's
between you and me?
awesome. And that's so good.
And
So
that's
is
the
any
intro.
of
That's the intro. Yeah, well, this is all
Yeah.
usable.
man.
And I'll give credit, man, dude. I saw you guys obviously the other night. I'm obviously going to see a lot more shows, but every time I see you guys, and I'm not just saying this on this podcast, you guys really are getting better every time. It's all around. It's like it's just the stage presence. It's the
Yeah.
transition through songs. It's the background vocals sound way more powerful and confident, and just like And Ollie, like you too. Like, it's like you know how to just work the dancing, like work like getting the crowd moving. I mean, I love
moving my hips, man.
you love moving
The
the hips?
moving my
dancing,
hips.
the shaking of the
Action.
tuchus.
The shaking of the took.
Yeah, the new songs play well. I love when people sing back Memory Loss. That was a vibe.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's kind of fun to get people involved in it before the song is even out anywhere.
dude.
Too. Like, I feel like that's just a good gauge that like we're on to something.
I was
with
staying
the
with a few of
new
your
stuff.
Yeah, I was staying with a few of your friends. There's that tall guy who was in the green room with us.
Oh, Connor.
Yeah, and then some other people too.
Character.
Yeah, but everyone was just like, I never heard this song. Like, I never heard this song. Like, yeah, it's a new one. There's like, this is so sick. Like, because everyone's like, I don't recognize this, but yeah, man, you guys just bring the A game on that new stuff, and it always keeps getting better. All this music keeps getting better. All the Good Days album, like, not even biased here again, being label head and working with you guys, like front to back, man. That is even my friends say it that don't like this genre of music, are like, it's just such a great album. It really is,
yeah.
man. It's gonna live on for a long time.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
hope so.
Yeah. No, the
Yeah.
artwork's great. What would you guys say is like your favorite song on that, or would you guys have a favorite song on that album?
I mean, I guess, I mean, for me, it's kind of changed. Originally, I really loved Carbon Monoxide, which I still do. I mean, I like all the album, but my favorite right now is probably Wish We Could Be Friends.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I always loved that song, and then it kind of didn't hit, and then now it's like getting more listens and stuff. So I'm like re-excited the way I was when I first wrote it, which has been like super gratifying in some way. So that's my favorite right now, but I feel like it always changes.
Yeah. What about you guys?
I'd say probably my favorite is Dog on a Chain. I
Yeah.
really like that one, especially like
Banger.
we just worked with a musical director named Eve Rothman, and he kind of, was like, oh, this part's really cool. Let's kind of like change it for the live version. And I think that kind of like re-inspired my love for it. It's just so fun to play live. And
What changes in that?
Not
na-
much. It's just like
Kinda drew
the
out
bridge
the
is
bridge.
extended and
Yeah,
just
we have
more
Cool.
backing
Cool.
vocal
More
work.
back-
Yeah, and the end is a little more like
jammy.
Yeah,
we just make it all raw.
little
Well,
more
yeah, you guys definitely
anthemic-
jammy well,
a little more
so well
anthemic
now.
stuff,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's sick.
I just think like with all of our music, it's just we just make it so much more fun on stage. Like it's like, oh yeah, this album is really fun to fucking play. You
Yeah,
know what
man.
I mean, like
Coming of age.
yeah.
It might not sound exactly like the record, but I think that's a good thing.
That is a
You
good
know,
thing.
It's,
Yeah.
it's like it still feels like a very live show, which I wouldn't want to be playing it if it was.
Yeah.
Sure.
Feels a lot more rock and roll than the record, I think.
That's
Yeah,
special, man. That's why people
100%.
will come out and see you and kind of just really see who you are and see different like renditions of the songs and whatever, man. But no, that's all makings of a great rock and roll band, and you guys have that shit right there, man.
Thank you.
What about okay? What's your favorite song on the album?
On all of the good days.
Yeah,
Oh man, it changes every day. I think You Thought is
Yeah.
up there for me.
You Thought's a sleeper.
It is.
That's the one that we want to use for like sync. Like we're like, dude, that could be in like a Madden game. Like that could be.
That's a great call. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
EA
that.
Get us
Sports.
in Madden, man.
Yeah.
Is it even Madden anymore?
Maybe some FIFA.
I think Madden's still
Still
going. I
Madden.
haven't bought a Madden in a while.
Madden lives on.
FIFA though, FIFA is probably the stuff that people want.
Yeah,
to hear.
FIFA.
What about you
I'd be
two?
down to getting FIFA.
What's your guys' favorite songs right on the album?
I think I'm gonna give. That's probably the same answer as Ollie. I really loved Carbon Monoxide, but yeah, I think Wish We Could Be Friends. I think I've gone the same trajectory as Ollie on this one. Yeah, that one's just fun as fuck to play live. Like,
Yeah.
Jam out at the end.
the jam out at the end is always like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
is
Oh, yeah.
super fun.
Quinn, what about you?
I'd say this might be a little surprising, but Dog on a Chain for me at first, that was like my least favorite song on the album, like by a lot.
Yeah, you were
Well,
against even
so
having
we had
it
like
on. I
we had like
remember that.
Yeah, it's
13
called Stick
songs
in
that
the
were
Mud
like
for a
we were
minute,
trying
too,
to
I
decide
remember.
like which 10 we're gonna use or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know about Dog on a Chain, like it's just not doing it for me. And then now, like it just took a sec to grow on me, and now it's like probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Especially live, like that one's just super fun to play.
It is kind of.
I love that
sleeper
one
pick,
live.
though.
It's a ripper.
And Coming of Age also, like just banger. My dad, that's my dad's favorite song.
Oh,
So like Father Like Son, I think
yeah.
I'm.
I like it.
Dude,
Love
Dad's
it.
been at a lot of shows recently. He was at
Yes,
South
he's
by.
coming to San Francisco in a couple days. He's coming to
yeah.
Berlin with my
Is he?
parents are. Yeah,
Sick.
yeah, it's gonna be tight.
Darren
Yeah.
is the man.
Darren.
I will be every step of the way in Europe because I can't not be in Europe.
Excited.
Yeah, that's where we
Yeah.
need you, baby.
We'll
We
be
need to see
fun,
European
man.
Danny also.
Yeah, we need to see
Oh.
European Danny.
Yeah.
Something.
It's a whole different Danny.
It's a whole different.
That's what
Danny,
I've
dude.
heard.
I can't wait to turn off
Amen.
from work and it's I mean, you guys will be broke, but like it's gonna be. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm so stoked. Dublin, we got Dublin, Leeds, Glasgow, which is Scotland, and or is Glasgow Scotland?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Glasgow.
yeah.
Glasgow's in England.
No, Glasgow, Scotland.
Leeds is
Oh really?
shit.
As in like two
We're
separate
playing
shows.
Dublin.
Geography.
No, Glasgow is in Scotland.
Hey, you know what? Someone's gonna
Dublin
put
is
us.
in Ireland.
Someone's gonna
Oh,
put us in a
I'm
van and
Scottish,
just
I should
drive,
know this.
and we'll be playing at different
feel bad.
European cities.
We'll just be
I think
booing.
Hamburg's gonna be a sleeper
Hamburg's-
pick.
Hamburg's gonna be
of Europe,
sick.
too.
Hamburg's gonna be sick. When I went to Berlin, I have a friend in Berlin, and he was really talking up how Hamburg is a great scene.
It's a
You're-
dope.
You're
city.
playing there on like a Friday or Saturday night too, so that'll be cool in a weekend. And I think we have some time where we'll probably get an Airbnb and stay there for a night or two.
Yeah, it'd be really
Sweet.
fun.
And I wish we'd had more time in Amsterdam. Like, we're
Well,
only
what
there
I'm
for a
really
night.
excited for is when I get lost in Amsterdam and you guys can't find me
Well,
for the rest of the tour,
well,
and then I show up 30 years later.
for the Krooked Kings
Weathered
for
as
Union
hell.
tour, a lot of good days for
And you
Union
were
tour.
lost
Yeah.
in Jumanji.
Little
I
do you
was
know-
in Jumanji the whole time.
He's been in
You were
Jumanji.
It was in
decent
Narnia.
Jumanji.
Well, we're gonna have to put an air tag on you.
Robin Williams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if
Well,
air
we got-
tags go to Jumanji.
We got the Find My
but-
iPhone thing
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Hopefully find
Yeah,
out.
I'm
we have each
very
other
excited
tracked.
for all the Europe. I mean, do you guys have favorites? So, what is your guys' favorite city we're gonna be playing in Europe?
I don't think any of us have really
That
been.
we've
Also, real
been
quick,
to?
Danny, what's
No.
your favorite song on
No.
the album?
I was gonna answer
Oh.
this coming around
Yeah,
the thing,
that's
and
it.
I'll speak for
Good
nobody
catch.
gets it.
Podcast.
Uh, and I think this really is good and drunk, man. Good and drunk.
Really?
Bold
I know you
choice.
guys don't like that.
I
guess
will
people
say
want
We
to
do
know.
not like that
I will
song.
say since we've been playing Good and Drunk on tour, I've come to like it a lot.
I-
It's
it
a
gets
fun
the
one to
people
play
moving,
live.
and it's
Yeah.
a fun.
Yeah, I remember sitting here.
Banger.
We were sitting here like maybe it was May, right after the album dropped, and it was like me, Wade, and Colin, and we were sitting here listening to all the songs, and it was Wish We'd Be Friends, Coming of Age, Sick of Being Young, and we're listening, and like Wade's, I remember he's like, dude, it might be Good and Drunk. He's like, this one actually might like go like, but the fact that we had like 5 bangers that we couldn't decide what is gonna be the one off the record. Not many bands can say that. Not many positions of like we can say that, and it's just fortunate as hell. I love Good and Drunk because I don't know, man. It's just a feel good song. I feel like it's
Yeah,
a really
for
good
sure.
summer song, and people like it. And to speak to that thing about 4 bangers, you guys have 4 other new bangers going to come out on this new album. Like, and
Just
seriously,
4?
man,
Not
and there's
8?
only like 7 or 8 songs, but like 8.
8 bangers.
8 bangers.
Eight
bangers.
But I'm telling you, like 4, like
But 4 of them are
we
good.
can't decide what. I don't mean like that. I don't mean like that.
No, I'm just-
4, we
yeah.
can't decide like what is gonna be the
Yeah.
it single. Like, you know, we can't decide. I mean, they're all fucking great, obviously, man. But like, there's 4 right now that are like we've all been talking about. That was like, what's gonna be the marketing push? What's gonna be the single? What's the strategy? But like, we really can't. It could be any of them, first to third, roll out, whatever. But it's special, man. It's
It's
cool.
a good problem to have.
It's a great problem to have. Yeah, and you guys play the songs really fucking well right now too.
Thank you.
Make some
Yeah.
music videos for him soon too.
It's kind of messed up. I'm already like excited to like incorporate the new songs off the album into the next tour. After
Yeah.
this one. And
We're
not
doing
even
another
a
tour?
quarter of the
I've-
way
Yeah.
through this.
Well, I was gonna say I feel like
I thought this was the reunion tour.
Yeah, I thought this was our like one and done.
I thought this is our
Then
swan
we,
song.
yeah, and then we
Yeah.
finish, and then we all get like $5 million or whatever. And
Yeah.
we have to
Yeah.
campaign or
That's
something.
how it works,
That was in the
right?
fine-
I think
fine
that's
print.
yeah. I
Okay.
think
That
that's
was
how
the-
it works.
that
We
was the
got
fine
we got to
print.
call Duma about that
Yeah,
real
gotta
quick.
That's in our
talk about that.
contract somewhere.
Yeah.
We'll call
It's
Megan.
definitely in there.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say I think like I mean yeah I agree, Paul. Like I'm super stoked about playing this this new album live for sure. But it's funny, or it's just like an interesting thing where you kind of just get, as soon as you make a new album, you're like already like
You're already
you're hooked on
Yeah.
that one. You don't care about, or I mean you still care about the old one, but it's
kinda
kind of
already
like
done.
more excited
You know,
about
you
it.
finished
Yeah.
it. You kind of
Yeah.
want to move on in some sense.
yeah,
you
you're
know?
excited. You lose interest in the old stuff. You're like,
Especially
this
when you're
new stuff.
writing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Especially when, and writing the new album, I'm like, why did we even make that other fucking
Yeah.
album? Like,
Well,
this
that
one
was
is
my
so
mind every
way
time.
cooler, you know?
Every show when you announce this one's 96 Subaru, crowd goes crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like,
You got
96
diehard
Subaru.
fans.
We
Really?
wrote that?
Songs.
Yeah,
You sure?
Amsterdam
Yeah,
is
no, it's a
still
good
a
We've been
blast.
fans
That's
there
a
for a
good
while,
song.
which
I
is
thought
nice.
that
Yeah.
was a different band.
I know it's gonna be hard going forward with like picking your guys' songs like with the show.
Yeah, some of the oldies I think will be.
We might
you
have
know,
to do the
Yeah.
the great.
can't try to forget them.
If they're-
Yeah. We have
Yeah.
had some not complaints, but some people be like, "Oh, I can't like great show, like that was so awesome." But like, I really miss like like creature or like eggshells or like something like really deep.
Like
right? Like, wow, that's like a deep cut. Like like that's sick. Like, wow, I'm glad you like you know all that. But like also we're like, I don't even remember that song. I don't even know how to play that song. Like, let alone play that live.
Yeah. That's fucking tight.
Yeah.
When we play these big festivals this upcoming summer, what would you guys like? What's your festival that you guys would want to play? If you guys could play any festival out there, music festival, you know, what would you look forward to this summer, if there is one? But yes, to answer your question, you will have another tour probably. You guys are gonna be touring, man.
No, we're excited. All jokes aside, we're very excited.
I don't know, I feel like
EDC.
Lollapalooza probably for all of us.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
Lolla in Chicago.
Lolla's
I feel like
great.
That's a good
I'm
one.
down
I
with
don't really
Lolla.
know
don't really
like
know any festivals other than Kelby Block Party.
Well, I'll
I'd
tell
love
you,
to
I mean,
play
like-
Kelby Block Party.
Someone mentioned
It's
there was
the
like
only
one
I've
like
been
on the
to.
beach in like Alabama.
It's Hangout Fest.
Yeah, that one sounds.
Hangout Fest.
Yeah, I
Hangout
feel like I don't
Fest,
know that much.
Gulf
That one
Shores,
sounds like
Alabama in May.
pretty chill.
What's
Any
that?
and all of them.
What's that Japanese one that someone was talking about?
Eve was
Eve was
talking
talking
about.
about
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Japan?
Yeah. Yes.
The Japanese festival in Japan.
What's it called? Anyone?
I don't
No.
know.
It was like
Evil-
Oasis Fest, Summer
Yeah.
Sonic, Summer Sonic.
Summer Sonic.
Yeah,
Summer
that's
Sonic,
what-
Summer
yeah.
Sonic.
Damn, he was talking about that?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he was talking about it for us, but yeah, he's talking
He's
about
talking
it.
about-
I mean, he was talking about it for us.
He played
Yeah,
with
he
you
was.
too, and I think
Yeah.
they were playing it over there in Japan.
I think he was like, yeah, I just played this dope ass festival. Maybe you guys will get there.
One day.
I'll tell you
Well-
what, I mean, like Lollapalooza in Chicago, ACL in Austin, Texas, Hangout Fest in Alabama. I mean, maybe Bonnaroo up in there in Tennessee,
Governor's Ball.
Governor's Ball in New York,
Ooh, that would be fun.
Okeechobee is in Florida. I mean, there's a lot of these things that's the trajectory that we want to keep seeing you guys build to, and I know the agents do as well. That's stuff that you guys can be playing, and it's also stuff where like we don't see you guys being an early time slot. Like it's gonna be a good time slot, and that's just like where you guys' trajectory is going. It's gonna be fucking tight.
Can't wait
Oh,
to
yeah.
have a
Yeah,
panic
I'm
attack
excited.
at all of those.
I can't wait to meet my future wife, Wise Blood. I guess I don't know her real name now that I'm saying that. Anyway, I
put
know
it
you
down,
watch this podcast wherever you are, Wise Blood.
Well,
Hit me up.
David
actually,
Wong.
it's actually soon to be Wise Macy.
Yeah, Wise Macy.
Wise. Well, we're gonna hyphenate it. Wise Blood dash me.
Yeah, that's nice.
She's
Yeah,
so
that's
wise.
nice. Yes.
She's so wise.
She is so wise.
Anyway,
I mean, so yeah, and it's just stoked, man. We're about to hop on that tour bus. You guys first time on a tour bus?
Yeah, we're going bus
Yep.
mode.
Hyped.
It's gonna be
Very
crazy.
hyped.
How quickly do you think it's going to take for you to get sick of us spending that much time in close quarters on the tour bus?
Well, I'm not gonna be on a
We'll be
tour
on
bus.
the
He'll be
tour
in-
bus.
he'll be in,
smaller
there for a
quarters.
week.
I'll be in
Yeah.
Europe with you every day, but we're gonna have a fucking time when I'm there with Danny. But I'll be on the bus from like in the East Coast, and dude, I ain't gonna get sick, man. Dude, this is like this is a trip.
Legendary.
only thing he's gonna get sick of is being young. Am I right?
I'll drink to that. I'll drink to that.
Dope
Yeah,
reference,
it's
dude.
so-
Everyone knows
Yeah,
you have
that's
the best
pretty-
references.
Clever.
I'll drink to that.
Sorry, start over. We were talking.
No, I
We
don't
just had
need
two
to.
pee breaks.
Oh, 2 pre-breaks?
Two.
Yeah. That's a record for the podcast right now.
Do most people
Drink
just
to that.
most people just go in their pants?
Honestly, yeah. I
Well,
saw one.
they got
An hour without
catheters
pissing
going
twice.
in.
Yeah,
Honestly,
of course.
Adult diapers at home.
Yeah, I
forgot
I
my
respected the
diapers.
commitment, but I also was like, you can go to the bathroom. Like we can pause.
I try hard.
I feel like Ollie
Pros,
has to
man.
piss the
They're
less
pros.
or the least on stage out of anyone, but you've had to piss twice during this.
But yeah, that
I'm
brings a good
curious,
question.
is
Have you guys
there-
ever had to like just
Yeah.
run off stage to go piss real quick?
Oh,
Really?
no. I mean, I do it during the. I've done
No,
it. I've only done it during the.
There was one.
There's
on the-
one.
on the
No,
last
that was
tour.
between, wasn't it?
No, I think
No, there was
where you
one
need to
show.
go.
There was one.
Well, that wasn't
you
that
do?
wasn't piss.
I
I'll
think
tell
it
you
was
that.
San Francisco.
What did you do?
Well, no, it was in Phoenix, right?
I have
Yeah,
no-
it was in Phoenix.
It was in Phoenix.
It
You're
wasn't. I
right.
think
At
you're
the,
right.
the
Yeah,
basement.
I
place.
thought that was.
Yeah,
well,
Valley
anyway,
Bar,
I
the
guess
Valley Bar,
You had to go
Valley
number
Bar, yeah.
3.
I guess it was. Yeah, it wasn't. I thought it was in between the like
No,
set and the encore, but I guess not. But I ran off stage and I evacuated my bowels, and then I got right back on stage.
Yeah.
Cut that.
Ripped it,
Cut
yeah.
that.
And he didn't
What
wash
is,
his
like, the
hands because
sign
he's
that you're
efficient
like,
with
yo, I
time.
gotta go.
I think he just talked to me and he was like, "Oh, yeah, I gotta fucking go," and I was like, "All right, like, we'll figure it out."
What did we do to
You know-
stall?
I think that's going to be the first of many.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure we just played like "Oh Liza." I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we played some song or something. But.
That's
Oh,
hilarious.
Liza's a good stalling song.
Or "Hesitation," maybe we probably did. I
Oh
don't know.
yeah, I could see that.
That's hilarious.
Or the meters. Ding, 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 ding.
Or like
Yeah.
they could play any song because you don't really need me on any song. I'm just kind of, I'm just there.
We should play tracks for.
It's not
for the
true.
keyboard.
You're just
Yeah.
there for the
not
sex
true.
appeal.
You just-
Come on,
on.
Dave.
No, I'm being.
It's
Come
not
on.
just
It's
sex appeal. It's just
fun.
mostly sex appeal.
Yeah.
what's your guys' favorite song to play live?
Probably Mind Goblin.
I think "On Again Off Again" is probably my favorite to play live.
I would
That
agree.
one's- that
I
one's
would
really
as well.
fun.
Yeah,
I really
that
like
was
Memory
fun.
Loss. It's just so fast. and you
Memory
can
Loss is fun too. Yeah. I feel like the chorus of "On Again Off Again" is the one that gets me.
Yeah.
One
I feel like the
one
crowd
that I
is
like
very
play
receptive to On Again Off Again as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like dancing instead of like
Yeah.
moving. They moved
think-
it on again, off again.
I think
which is
On Again's
nice.
great because it starts kind of like more mellow and slow, but as soon as the chorus hits, everyone's
Yeah.
just like so
It's
into
a
it.
slap in the face, man.
Is there
Cut that.
is there any song on the new album that you know triggered something like that you have a good like memory why you wrote that? Is there any like good importance behind any song on this new album? Do you guys have a good story of why you wrote that?
Yeah, I mean, well, the new one, Memory Loss, was definitely like kind of crazy. Over Christmas, my mom was like dating someone, and he actually, it's a very long story, but I'll make it shorter. Essentially, she was dating someone and was like on a trip with him, and then he had a heart attack in front of her. Ended up
Damn,
actually
really?
like, yeah, passing away in
Shit.
front of her.
Damn.
And then he was like dead for like an hour and a half. And then was at one hospital and then transferred to another, then got revived in the ambulance. But when he came back, like because of the lack of oxygen to his brain, he couldn't remember a lot of stuff.
Damn.
With like my mom or like a lot of stuff. So it was just like really crazy. Yeah, so over Christmas I kind of wrote that when I was just alone here with my mom dealing with that stuff. So that one was very like real world, personal, real time getting written, where I feel like the other ones were more like maybe conglomerates of all our lives and then talking about them. We're talking about how we all fit into this song, where that one was maybe just more of like a story, I guess I would say.
That's deep. I didn't know that story.
Yeah, it was a crazy Christmas this
Yeah.
year. I mean, he's okay and he's alive, and I think now he's improving and all that stuff. But yeah, Christmas was the first Christmas like my family had never been together, which was wild because like half of us were here with my mom, and I don't know, it was crazy.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. I feel like was there a common theme writing this album? Like, was there this common theme? I feel you guys
Spooky
kind of had that
stuff.
going into it. What do you say?
Well,
What'd
I
you say?
said spooky stuff jokingly because I feel like we were trying to come up with a name for the album. Wade's just like Googling like spooky shit. And just like bones.
Evil bones.
Evil dark bones.
Ghouls,
We're
goblins.
like, oh, we're gonna put that in the back.
I like
pocket for a
I
sec."
remember Goblin. I like Goblin Hour,
Goblin
Yeah,
Hour was
but,
pretty
Hour.
good.
but that's more
yeah.
like an
that's
inside.
Well, I will throw this out there. No one's serious about it, but I am.
Yeah.
We've talked about calling it Werewolf with a Gun for quite a while now.
That's pretty spooky.
And I think it's very, first of
That's
all,
pretty
it's very spooky.
Very.
What's scarier than a werewolf? A werewolf with a
With two
gun.
guns.
Or two guns. But
Two guns.
but we talk about it, we joke around. I'm like, come on guys, let's
That'd be
get serious.
too funny of an album.
That's a
name.
great
Like,
album name.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
too good. Like that's why we can't do
What
it.
about a song name for that? Maybe.
That'd be
Maybe in the future. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, the theme with the album originally was
Yeah.
kind of, what was it? Social currency or something, right? Or-
Yeah, social currency is the idea I had.
Yeah, just kind of an idea
Okay,
about like the
yeah.
exchanges we go through in our relationships and that sort of thing. But then it kind of transformed, and now I don't know if it has like a super specific theme, but there's definitely like a lot of little threads
Yeah.
that tie every song together.
Some
I think.
motifs going around.
I feel like
Yeah.
the thing I kind of lied on, or have, I guess, connected with after social currency and then like redoing it into Shiver, is it's still like very much like about like social currency, but it's also a lot of like interpersonal relationships where like we all have ghosts or whatever from our past, skeletons in our closet, whatever you want to call it. But I think this song or this album, I guess rather, is a lot about like talking about how or I guess our relationship with those skeletons and those ghosts that we carry through life and we have to deal with on a daily basis. And yeah, all these songs are, I guess, like influenced by the different ghosts of our lives or different skeletons of our lives that kind of live on. And yeah, now we're kind of figuring out how to like navigate those, and also I guess kind of how those lie into relationships outside of yourself too, currency wise, and being able to meet people. But yeah.
Is this the anyone else want to speak on that before my question?
I think he nailed it.
Yeah, that was great.
That's good.
Is that like a normal thing? Like, I guess we put you guys in the Airbnb in June in LA, and you guys wrote this album. Is this a thing where you guys sit down and you're like, okay, we're gonna write this album or these songs about a similar thing like that? Like, have you done that before in the past, or is this a new thing?
I mean,
you
no,
write a lot.
this is kind of the first time we've done it.
And you write a lot
Come
of
Down,
songs with this, yeah.
The Come Down wasn't so much. I feel like the EP was kind of the start of that. We were like, oh, let's all write
Had more of a
towards
theme,
this thing, you know. Or maybe not, no, because the EP, I don't even know when we really like.
Well,
I guess the Come Down was more central themed, where we were like, let's all write about this time in our life. But I feel like the theme we start with is never the theme we end with, like, kind of like Dave said. Like, I think I constantly am having to rewrite the story of what the album means to me as we're doing it, because it just changes. And I think also like being open to that change is what makes us so successful, because it's really hard, I think, and a lot of times it's very personal ideas that you have that are tied into this music, and I think a lot of us, it's like really being like, well, we all have those personal things, right?
Yeah.
It's not one individual that has it, and so how can we all work together, and how can we all like also be malleable and change, because everyone else is going through their own experience. So like, I can't expect them all to be feeling like I'm feeling, or vice versa. And I think that's what makes us be able to write so much, and also like, I guess, stay genuine in our writing, is we're very open with each other. And whether that's telling people sometimes we don't like songs, or being like, hey, that's like not the best idea, or hey, like I like that, or I like the lyric of this, but it's not, you know. And it's a lot of just open communication and open source. And
Well, I think with this one, we started writing towards social currency.
Yeah, I was gonna say
and then
that as
ended
well.
up with probably close to like 20 songs, and obviously had to cut some. And I think we landed on the songs that we were the most confident in, and those don't always necessarily fit into the theme you're trying to write to.
yeah.
So yeah, I think it changes throughout the process. It changes from having the songs written to going into the studio too, and feeling out which ones are actually going to make the cut.
100%. Yeah.
I think there's like an art to making an album that's really cohesive, like thematically, and it's one that we're figuring out, and that I think we're decent at least. I hope we are. But yeah, I think it's like I think we're all very concerned with. We love albums. We love like the art of the album, and it's something that we try and focus on. What are we gonna get across here, and what are we trying to say? And I think just by the nature of there being 5 of us writing together, that can sometimes get muddled, or sometimes we're successful, and so it just depends. But I think we're definitely concerned with like our message and our themes, especially across like a whole album.
It's awesome. No, that's good. It's important to be that way.
I was gonna say, we were talking about social currency as like a
Yes,
past
you were.
kind of potential album name, right? And I feel like if you fixate on something like that and are trying to write towards that, you'll get too caught up and like too hung up on it, and just stuck. But I think we were able to just accept whatever came to us naturally, and it ended up transforming into Shiver, which I think is dope, or whatever we're gonna call it. And I like, on the contrary, or I guess the same thing, but it could have also started with Shiver as the initial concept, and it could have become social currency.
Yeah,
which I think is cool that we have that ability to just kind of go with the flow and like, just keep on changing.
Absolutely.
Keep
you don't
on
want
keeping
tight.
on.
Keep on.
you
keeping
don't want
on.
it to feel forced.
No,
I
definitely,
think
yeah.
that's-
Which I think we're pretty good about not making it forced. We're just keeping,
Well, I
keep it
think too,
casual.
it's like also like the freedom of not having, just being like liberal with your definition of the album, where it's like maybe like, and I mean, not to go against some artists, because obviously they have a very specific vision, but I think like it's something that makes maybe music making easier for us, is where we're able to like have these transition periods. And it doesn't mean the music's getting worse or any like less serious or it's just changed, and
Yeah.
and that's what it is. It's just change. It's not better or worse change. It's just change. And
I mean, I think that's the nature of writing with 5 people too. Like
For sure.
a lot, the artists that come out with these like super focused albums, it's always like one leader with a singular vision. Whereas like, I mean, even just over time, our writings just become more and more like democratized amongst the whole group.
Yeah.
So it's like, the more we do that, the harder it's going to be to like nail anything down really. But that's not a bad thing, like you said. Like,
No,
I think
yeah,
that
not
just
at all.
allows
Yeah,
for
it's cool.
flexibility and a reevaluation of things every once in a while,
For
and
sure.
it ends up just being cooler than
what you
just
thought it
whatever's
would be.
going on
Yeah.
in your own head.
Your original
It
idea was
keeps
not as
getting
cool as
cooler.
the idea becomes. Like,
Yeah, it keeps getting cooler. You guys, that was great answers everyone just gave. I want to get a really great answer on this because this is the theme of the podcast. It's called Nobody Gets It Podcast After Our Records. I want you all in unison or, individually, whatever it
High
is.
flying.
Not in unison at the same time. But I mean, like, one person can answer. But what is it that nobody gets about Krooked Kings?
How many beers we drink?
Beers.
I
was
was
pretty
gonna
close.
say-
Okay.
Okay,
We almost
can
got
we
the
let's
unison.
just go down
wait,
the line, you
it's
losers.
what was the question?
I want to go
Sorry,
last.
just-
I don't have any.
Yeah, it's
what
like
nobody gets about Krooked
what
Kings.
does nobody get about Krooked Kings?
Does
It
anyone
could
have
be
an
like,
answer
it's,
immediately?
I think you
I
guys
mean,
answered it just
yeah.
there, though.
I have a
cool we
little
are.
bit of an answer.
Yeah.
I mean,
How
I would just
chill
say,
we
like,
are.
I think nobody gets that we're just 5 best friends that really have no idea what the fuck we're doing, and we never do, and we sleep it. I don't know. We're just like the most average motherfuckers in the world. Like, obviously, when we're on tour and shit, it's not that way because we're like, but in general, like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't feel like we did anything special to get here or anything that was like extraordinary, like out of the order. Like, I think we just kind of worked hard and like believed in what we did, and now we're here. But it wasn't ever like, yeah, I don't know. It wasn't like it was tossing our lap or like, I don't know. It was so much of just like kind of having our head
was
in the
organic.
dirt. Yeah, and just looking down and not looking up at what it could be. And then you kind of like look up and see where it is for a second and then dig your head back down because you're excited where it's at.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we're just, I don't know. I just feel like we're so like, it's weird being on a podcast. Like, we're just, I don't know.
There's 5 guys.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
just best
Birds
friends.
with
Like, we
fries.
play Burial Card on the weekends. We get hammered together.
we just-
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. We
yeah,
just
we
fucking
know- yeah.
chill.
We're
Go
dudes.
to AA meetings together.
Yeah, go to AA. Well, that's later in life, but yeah. Not
We're
yet.
planning
I'm not
on
ready
it.
to accept my addiction yet.
I've got an appointment in 10 years for an AA.
Yeah.
I have an answer.
Yeah, give me an answer.
Nobody would get, if they were to spend an hour with us in conversation, no one would understand what we're talking about. Nobody would get that because we have so many really stupid inside jokes, and our sense of humor is so distorted from just being stuck in a van together for so long
Yeah.
that everything we say to each other is like,
The hive mind.
I mean, we-
distorted.
It's
We
another
call-
language. It's another language.
Ollie said it best
honestly.
when he called it parcel tongue, but we just say things that no one would ever understand, and we think it's hilarious, but no one else.
Would under
So I guess I'm saying that as a preface. If you ever meet us, forgive our
Unfiltered.
Our
our
language.
unfiltered idiocy. Yes.
It's not even an unfiltered thing though. Like at one point we were at a Black Bear diner. I don't remember where, and an
Shout out
elderly
Black Bear
woman
Diner.
came up to us, and she said,
Kinda.
"This is the sweetest group of boys I've ever seen."
Yeah,
in
that
my
was
life.
awesome.
You guys-
Yeah.
I didn't hear a cuss word out of your
Oh,
mouth.
yeah, don't know.
And I was like,
stupid as shit.
I don't recall.
You
I
said
was.
stupid
I think
shit.
we were just. It was parcel tongue.
We were saying
Yeah.
heinous
we were,
things.
yeah.
No,
I think we
that
were
makes
like
sense.
manically
Heinous
hungover
things.
next to her eating.
Talking
But-
about hot chobo.
Maybe we didn't. Maybe
Hot
we didn't
chobo.
say
That was
any
a lot
swear
of hot
words. It was
chobo
just
during
so
that trip.
deep
Yeah,
into
a
the
lot of
hot
inside
chobo.
jokes that it doesn't come off as over the top or yeah. I guess
Nobody gets it, man. Nobody
Yeah.
gets
Dude,
it.
nobody gets it.
parcel
Quote
tongue.
me on that.
Nobody gets it.
Anyone else with
Anyone else got an answer to it?
with a good answer?
Uh,
Or a
Take
bad
this one,
answer?
folks.
I was gonna
I
say
got nothing.
Dave nailed it on the head. Yeah, we just say the
gets-
stupidest things
Nobody gets
ever,
how fucking
and
weird
we
we
just
are.
die laughing at it, and it's a joke that within another joke that's within another joke that's not even a joke, but it somehow is hilarious to us. So.
I think I will give you an answer. I mean, nobody gets how just productive you guys are with music. Like, I really mean it. Like,
thank you.
you know, you guys really can just churn out songs, and they're not shit songs either. Like, they're really, really good songs.
They're pretty shitty, but-
Yeah.
There
I
are
mean,
some shit songs.
Yeah, there's some shit songs. They don't make
Usually
it.
just
They
don't
Take
make
it
the
back
cut.
right
They
now.
don't
We
make
were
the-
kidding.
They don't make the
They don't
cut.
make the album.
Every song is a.
But they also get better. Like, nobody
4
gets
a.m.
how great. Like, you just kind of said, like, you know, 3 years ago you came here, but like you were still just kind of starting out and figuring this whole Krooked Kings thing out. But like, nobody gets what has changed in the last 3 years on how you guys have done these albums, done now tours. You're getting endorsement deals with, like, you know, brands and stuff, and
Yeah.
we got labels calling us, and like, it's just organic. Like, going back to what you said, it just is happening. Like, you might think your guys are average, but you're above average, all of you guys,
Thank you.
for sure.
Jesus,
I won't go
that's
further
the
than that.
first
You're
time I
above
heard that in
average,
my
though.
life.
But I'm
7
kidding.
out of 10.
Nah, but I think nobody gets that. Like,
6.5.
you guys really are just a super productive music group, all friends, all, like you said, democracy. Like, it's a democracy as you write your songs.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
to your point, I don't think we realize it either. Because, I mean, like, and that's kind of what I think I was saying. It's just, like, we're just having fun. And, like, we just like writing music together. So,
Yeah.
and that it's not like a job where it's like, it's weird to say productive. Because I feel like productive is such, like, a job.
I know. I don't like that word being
Like,
productive,
it's not
though.
a bad way. I'm just saying it's like, I don't feel like the amount we, like, turn out some
It's creative,
productivity.
though.
It's just
Yeah.
almost like,
We don't
Us
come
hanging,
off
I don't
as,
know.
As a group that has a whole lot of work ethic, but I think when we're doing the things that we like to do, we do.
yeah.
Do you want to say something, Quinn?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. What would you like to
You may
say?
speak now.
I was gonna say my nobody gets it thing.
What?
Oh,
Say it,
let's
dude.
hear
it. Oh, sorry.
We're waiting for it.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, you. Yeah, you. You're in the front row. You're in the
Nobody
front row.
gets how hard it is to hold in your piss for like an hour and a half on stage after drinking like 9 beers.
Or during a podcast.
I get it.
Or
Quinn.
during the podcast.
Because I've had a piss twice.
Jesus
I
Christ.
get it, man.
And
We
it's
need
an
to check you
hour.
guys for kidney
And we're
stones.
back.
It's like once every 20
We might all have
minutes.
diabetes.
Yeah.
Anyone else got a nobody gets it, or are
That's-
we gonna riff off our need to pee for a while?
Well, the last thing before I go.
That's all I got.
That's
Hey,
that's
that's all
not
I
how
got.
we go.
That's all you
Not yet. Future shit. I mean, is there anything else we're like looking forward to? We got the album coming out, tours. Anything else on your guys' mind? What we're building towards the next year, 2 years, 3, whatever. Yeah, tell me what's going on.
Yeah, we're just going to hang out for a second after this tour.
You need to.
And
I
then-
think you
we
guys
can
need to,
recoup.
dude. You guys have been nonstop now for 6, 7 months. I mean, there's been a like.
12 years.
I think we need to do some like more hardcore drugs for the next album to really amp things up.
Yeah.
Change
I
our
think
sound.
it's gonna be our heroin album.
I'm
Yeah.
down, honestly.
Cut that.
You're going.
Did they get that on camera? It's
You're
gonna be
going
our
heroin,
heroin album. Well, we're all gonna try whatever
Going
whatever
Krooked
suits
Kings.
us.
God, the fame.
You want to up
I
it?
think we gotta up those.
I think the fame is getting to
You
your
guys
head
heard of
now.
heroin
Yeah.
too?
Point out.
Well, shit, man. All right,
Man.
well,
All
dude,
jokes
guys,
aside.
now I can wrap it up just like our meetings are.
Great.
I'm happy we fucking finally did this.
Yeah,
guys
thank
are
you, Danny.
A centerpiece, a cornerstone
We
to
love
this
you, Danny.
label that we've built. It will always be like that. You guys should feel, just as part of it as it always has been. Just happy we did this. Happy for the future, guys.
Yeah,
Fuck
no,
We are
thank
too.
you. We wouldn't be here without you, Danny, as well. So
guys.
thank you for
Cheers.
having us, and
Cheers,
cheers,
boys.
Well, just to
Cheers.
finish it off, that's all I got.
We're playing at the Troubadour, baby.
You see the money and you think you want a piece of the love. You're too friendly and it's got me freaking out. You see the money and you think you want a piece of the love. Yeah, I'm sick of being young.